Here's the classes I took at university to get my degree in computer science and ultimately land a job at Amazon. All right, so I got the classes pulled up on my phone because I don't remember all the classes I took, but I'm going to go over them, and some of them I'll gloss over a little bit more quickly, and then some of them I'll go into more detail to kind of explain them, the more computer science related ones. That way you can get an idea of what classes I took and then give you an idea of what classes you want to take. I know a lot of universities offer electives, mine did. So I could choose some computer science elective and then non-computer science electives. So there is a bit of choice there that you can decide. So maybe this will give you a better understanding of what you want to choose, what might be helpful to you, and then what I personally found really helpful and what classes really helped me. Before I jump in though, I wanted to mention I did go to a community college before I went to a 4-year university. So some of these early classes will be at a community college. You could do these at either, honestly. If you want to save money, go to a community college. If you don't, or if you get a scholarship or something like that, you can obviously take these at a 4-year university too. Either way it works. All right, so these early classes I'm just going to read off kind of fast because they're more non-computer science related. So biology, history of Texas, public speaking, college algebra. So you'll notice there's going to be quite a bit of math. I do have a math minor as well. I know some schools don't require as much math. Mine did. And it basically put me one class away from getting my math minor. So I went ahead and got that anyway because I figured why not? It's just one class. All right, American government, chemistry, college rhetoric, history of Texas, some physical class. I think that was billiards, which was actually a pretty fun class. College algebra, college rhetoric, American policy, Econ 101, Japanese. I took Japanese because I wanted to at the time. It wasn't required, I don't think. Kinesiology, trigonometry, communications, English, sociology. All right, so this was a computer science class I took. I actually had to retake this one because I transferred universities and for some reason it didn't transfer over. But this was just a computer science 101 class. It was pretty basic. We went into it. We started out with like flow charts and stuff like that. And then later on, we got into programming. I believe it was with C#. It was pretty basic. I was really, really bad at programming at the time. I knew absolutely nothing. I didn't program in high school at all. I was really bad, but yeah, that was a pretty hard class and pretty difficult to get through. That was when I first kind of like started to understand programming and what it was. And I really think this was a really good class to take, and I probably should have took it earlier on, but I'm glad I did take it at least as early on as I did. All right, so now we're at the university that I graduated with my 4-year degree. So this is another programming class, the Programming 101. This one, however, was in Python, so it was quite a bit different. I found this one definitely a lot easier than the other one. I guess because Python's a little easier and I understood it more. Overall, I really liked this class, but I felt like it was too easy since I had already done a Programming 101. I wanted to do 102, but the transfer didn't work out right. But overall, it was a nice class. Technical writing, so that was like doing resumes and stuff like that. That was pretty cool, actually. I feel like that one was actually pretty helpful. Calculus, theater, that was just an elective. It was a really easy class that I chose, so I was like, hey, why not? All right, so next was programming in C. So this class was, as the title states, mainly done in C. This one was a bit harder. Going from Python to C right off the bat, I feel like, C is quite a bit more difficult. I feel like it was a really good class. The teacher wasn't that great. So I didn't learn as much as I really wanted to, but it definitely was a good class. And I am glad that I got exposed to C early on, because then when I went to stuff like Java, it wasn't that bad. So that was a pretty good class, honestly. I took an electrical engineering class called Digital System Design. That one was a really difficult class. I hated that class. Wasn't the most useful either. Engineering ethics, it was okay, not too bad. Calculus 2, in the summer, I did a Calculus 3. Next, I had a class that we used assembly language in. Probably not the most useful class, if I'm being completely honest, but it was cool to get to know how like computers work at a lower level. After that, we have data structures. This was single-handedly probably one of the most useful classes. I really felt like I learned a lot from this class. And this is one of the classes where like afterward, I felt like I was definitely better at programming than when I started. So this one was super useful. The teacher was really good too, so I think that helped. But yeah, that one was really good. Next, we have linear algebra, physics 1. Next, we have object-oriented programming. So this was done in Java. This was a pretty useful class just to learn how Java worked. I feel like it was great to get exposed to Java in school and kind of know how systems in Java kind of work. So I really did like that class, even though I didn't like the teacher that much. Microcontrollers, if you like assembly, you'll probably like that class. If you don't, you'll probably hate it. I didn't like it too much. Next, we have statistics. I actually really liked that class. I feel like that was one of the more useful math classes. Mathematical computing, that was an elective. It was okay. I didn't learn too much, but it was a pretty easy elective, so wasn't too bad. Next, we have discrete math. Didn't really like that one too much, but you'll probably have to do it anyway if you're a computer science major or something similar to it at least. Programming language concepts. So this was actually a really useful class. It kind of delved into the intro to theory of automata and stuff like that. Overall, the teacher was super great though. And I really learned a lot from this class. I felt like afterward, that's another one of the classes. Afterward, I felt like I really learned a lot, and that it really helped me become a better programmer. So I would definitely recommend classes like this if you have the opportunity to take extra ones like it. Software Engineering 1, so this kind of dealt with diagrams, state diagrams, flow charts, that kind of thing, to really dive into the idea of software engineering, how you can produce software at a bigger scale and stuff like that, how you should be software engineering, agile versus waterfall and stuff like that. Computer architecture, I did not learn a lot from that class. Would not recommend. The next class is analysis of algorithms. A pretty good class. Felt like I didn't have the best teacher. And also I didn't really learn a lot because prior to this, I had done a decent amount of LeetCode and stuff like that and really studying algorithms on myself. So by the time I got here, I didn't really learn a whole lot. There was a few algorithms that I did learn, but overall I do feel like it would be a good class and you'll probably have to take it. But if you can take an advanced algorithms too, I would definitely recommend that, honestly. Senior capstone project. This was really, really fun. I would really recommend taking a class like this if you can. It was a project-based class. You got to build something. This was a team-based project. We built something in React using Electron. It was super fun though. I learned a lot from this, and I would definitely recommend you do it if you have the opportunity to. All right, next is the software modeling architecture class. My internship did count as a class too, which is really nice. Would recommend doing an internship and seeing if that can count as a class for you. Super useful. I learned a ton from that. And I have to say, since that counted as a class, that single-handedly would be my favorite class that I took, and easily the one I learned the most from is just that internship. So I would definitely recommend that. Next, I took a machine learning class. That was pretty cool. Not the most useful thing I use on day-to-day, but I would definitely recommend that if you get the opportunity to as an undergraduate. It's just super cool to see how stuff works like that. And I feel like it is knowledge that while you might not use right away, it's good to have. Next is operating systems. That class was okay. Databases. The class was actually pretty good. Learned SQL a bit, how databases work like that, the different types of databases. That was pretty cool. Physics 2, hated that class. And that's pretty much it, I think. I think we went through everything. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. But yeah, that's all the classes I took as a computer science undergraduate student, getting my bachelor's of science in computer science with a minor in math. So I hope that helped you a bit. I know I kind of went through that a little bit fast. There was a lot of classes, but if you have any questions about either the classes I listed or some classes you're taking, definitely let me know in the comments down below. And I really would appreciate it if you'd left a like and subscribed as well. It really helps out with these videos. I'm just getting started, so would really appreciate that. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know if you have any suggestions for future videos as well. Catch you later. Peace.